In this video I'm going to show you how to fold Star Puff by Ralf Konrad. It's a tessellation, and the Star Puff is basically one of these star shapes, and I'll show you 3 star shapes on top of a big star folded from a hexagon. Of course you can vary the tessellation and, for example, just make stars on a hexagon or mix it up with some triangle twists. And of course you can also fold this from a square, but then it won't look quite as symmetrical. Now for this model we're going to start with a hexagon. This one was folded from a sheet of paper that has a side length of about 10 centimeters, which is about 4 inches. And the finished model then has a side length of about 6 centimeters, which is about 2.5 inches. If you don't know how to cut a hexagon, you can check one of my other videos. For this model you can start with paper that has the same color on both sides, but for clarity I'll use paper that is colored yellow on one side and white on the other. We're going to start with the color side up, because then the grid folds will all be valley folds, and those are a bit less apparent than mountain folds, and the grid really is just for orientation. I've got a video on how to fold a triangle grid, so if you're not sure you can check that for details. We're going to need a triangle grid with 16 divisions, so we need to divide into 16 equal parts, which is very simple on a hexagon, and on a square just check that other video. So first, fold in half and crease, and unfold. Then fold quarters by aligning the edge with the crease you just created. And then fold eighths by bringing that edge to the crease you just created, as well as the quarter crease to the halfway crease. Now fold 16ths by bringing the raw edge to the eighth, then bring the eighth to the quarter, then the quarter to 3/8, and finally 3/8 to a half. Repeat on the other 5 sides to complete the grid. So rotate a bit and then again align edge to edge. Once you've completed the grid, we're going to do some optional folds. If you can see here, these stars are slightly 3D because they go up and down, up and down. So there's these creases right here and there, valley folds, which make it go down, and then the mountain folds pop up again. If you leave away those creases, you can see you get star puffs that don't have that zigzag shape going up and down. So if you want stars of this shape, just skip the next couple of creases and I'll tell you when to join in again. We're going to make 3 star puffs that meet in the middle. So we want to locate where to put those valley folds. If you follow the line pointing in one of the points and another one right there, you can see this is the center of the hexagon. And we want to place 3 stars, so we're going to have one in this area, one in that area, and one in this area. Now we're going to have these small triangles here, which you can see. And if that's the center, then we're going to skip 1, 2 triangles, and then start a valley fold that goes along 4 triangles, so that, again, down here, 2 triangles are free. I actually find it easier to locate the middle on one of the edges, then skip 2 triangles, and then make the crease. So let's do that. Take this edge, fold it in half, or rather just bend it, then skip 2 triangles, and then crease 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles, and leave it at that. So then you've got this crease right here. Now, in the center, you can see that there are 2 triangles above and 2 triangles below that haven't been divided into half by one of those creases. So we're going to put in those creases too. So in a slight angle, again fold through 4 triangles. Like so, and the third one. You can use the first creases you did for orientation to place those creases correctly. So now you've creased a small star right here. Now we're going to jump one side and then take this edge and do the same again. Fold in half, or rather just bend it, skip 2 triangles, crease 4 triangles, unfold, and then add the other creases. Try to make these creases quite sharp, because then you will get a very nice 3D effect. So always use your thumbnail, a bone folder, or something of the like. And the third one, again, skip one side and then do the same again. Skip 2 triangles, crease 4 triangles, and add the other creases. Like so. Now we can start with making lots of triangle twists, which I'm going to explain just very quickly. If you need more advice, just check one of my videos on how to do triangle twists in more detail. Now we need to be careful to place those triangle twists in the correct location. So we're going to start and make a mountain fold on one of the central creases, like here. And you can see I'm just going from the left right up to where one of those stars ends. Then we're going to skip 1 point and then go over to the next point, and then skip 1, 2 triangles, and then again make a mountain fold right here. So we started in the point on 1 point, right here, then skipped 1 point, went over to the next point, and went back 2 small grid triangles, like so. These 2 meet right in this point here, and there we're going to add the third mountain fold, always going along the grid, like so. And now we can make a triangle twist, and we're going to turn counterclockwise. So if we look at it like this, looks a bit more symmetrical. Then we're going to fold over to the right, like so, along the grid. Again, you can check the video for more details on triangle twists if you're unsure. Just like so. And then you'd see in the center, the model doesn't quite flatten. And for that, we press on the point and thus create new creases right here, and then make nice and strong creases. Now we want to have a hexagon full of those triangle twists, so we're going to add one here, and if we want to have a triangle twist ending in this point right here, we need to move one grid triangle and then add the next triangle twist. So keep one right here, just put a finger there, and then open up in a 120-degree angle. That means if you've got the crease right here, skip one triangle on each side, because each one has 60 degrees. And then again you've got 3 mountain folds, and this time we have to make the triangle twist in the other direction, going clockwise, because when you put 2 triangle twists next to each other, they always have to go in different directions. And you see that because you want this triangle twist to lie flat, which means that this edge needs to go over to the right, and hence the direction is determined. And then again, we just make that triangle twist, like so. Now we've got 2, and we need to add another one. Again, just opening up in a 120-degree angle, leaving one triangle space, and now again turning counterclockwise, going to the next one. I'm just always using one of the edges we create here, then leaving exactly one triangle free, and then opening up, going along the grid, and thus creating that 120-degree angle we need. Now here there's a pleat, and we're just going to crease through it and later fix that. And this time, again, we need to go clockwise, but it all happens quite automatically as long as you try to leave the triangle twists you already did folded. Now we have 2 left, and you can see we creased through a pleat. So what we're going to do is we're going to open those pleats a bit, like so. Now you have a 3D shape, but it's kind of opened. And here you can see there a triangle twist ends, and here a triangle twist ends. So we need one distance and then a crease. The same on the other side. And if you do that, then you basically have the structure for 2 triangle twists at the same time. If you can see that, there's a triangle twist ending, there's a triangle twist ending. You've got one distance, and here you've got one crease, and there are the other ones. So let's just do one. First going to do, say, the one on the right, it doesn't really matter. You can see I have to push down here, so I have to go over to the right, turning clockwise, and then again make a triangle twist. And then the other one is almost done actually. Just have to rearrange that one edge and then push flat. And then you can see now we have 6 triangle twists forming a hexagon, and if you open them up, you can see that the creases that we created before are exactly in the middle. And now we're just going to go around and do more of those triangle twists. Let's say we start here to form this one, opening up in a 120-degree angle. And then flattening and squashing down to complete the triangle twist. Then continue with the next one. And the next one. And so on. So here we are. Now, if you want, you can keep this shape, but you can see there are some areas here which aren't quite symmetrical. And on those, I'm just going to add some more triangle twists, and then we can also make that nice star shape right here. So for that, let's just take one of these areas and open them up. And again, just place triangle twists. If you see, a triangle twist ends here, so we're going to leave one space. And a triangle twist ends here and leave one space, and between those 2 points I just showed, just going to open up the model like so, and here you've got your mountain fold. If you like, you can make the triangle twists in a different order, and then you don't get this weird structure. But if you don't want to make the star shape, these triangle twists aren't strictly necessary. So just adding those triangle twists now. Here's the first one. There's the second one. And make nice and strong creases. And let me show you that again. Right here. Just going to open up this area so that from this triangle twist tip, there's one grid triangle space, as well as the other side, and then again, twist in the correct direction. On these, I sometimes find it easier to do both at the same time, as you can see here, and now you just can squash both of them down. This one and that one. For me, it's a bit easier to get them precise in this way, but you'll just have to experiment which way works best for you. So now we're almost done. We only need to make those star puffs, well, puffy stars. So I'm just going to open those triangle twists. There's two adjoining, and you can kind of fold this area back, like so, and just really push it flat. Maybe go along with your thumb, and then do the same with the adjacent one, straightening out the paper in the bottom so it all gets nice and neat. That's the first one. Here you can again see the first creases we did emerge, except if you left them off, because you didn't want too much of a 3D effect on the stars, or at least not that zigzag effect on the stars. So that's that, like so. And the triangle twists you did right here to make the model symmetrical, you can fold out too to hide those triangle twists. You can leave them, or you can fold them out. I'm going to fold them out because I think that looks quite much nicer. And then make those creases really strong, just so that those layers don't unfold again afterward. Like so. Now you can see that you've kind of got a snowflake shape, and if you like you can also keep the snowflake shape and then just add the stars. But we're going to make the full star, so let's first make this star shape while the model is still 2D, because that's a bit easier. For this we're going to turn the model around, and on each tip you can see this point right here, right where there's this small triangle missing. And from that point to the point right up there, we're going to add a crease. So you can just take the paper and crease it in as far as possible, basically, and then make a nice strong crease. Same on the other side. And then you can see you've got a point. And you can do that with all 6 points to get the star. So now you can see you have that star shape. All that we need to do now is make those stars puffy. And that's quite simple. You can see in the back here there's an area where there's just a single layer of paper, and we're going to push right there and push up a bit, so you can see just pushing there. And on each side of this small hexagon you're going to push in like so. So you can see right here you've got creases from the grid. And those are going to be nice mountain folds. And here in the center there is another crease on the grid, and that's going to be a valley fold. So just push up and push in. Up and in. Up and in. On each of those sides. Like so. And then you've got one of those stars, and then you can do that with the next one. Now if you added those valley folds, then you want to make those go back inside, because like this it looks very similar to if you actually hadn't added those creases. And for that you just want to push those creases in with your fingernail, or if you have very short fingernails you can take a spoon or a blunt knife or anything similar to that, and then push it in like so. And the stronger you made the creases, these valley creases, the easier it's going to be. And then you can see that these stars are slightly different. It's hard to see because I marked them red, but if you look closely, then here there are mountain folds, and then it goes down and up and down and up. Whereas right here, it's basically flat, and it doesn't go down right in this area. I might be able to show you on this one where I haven't actually marked any of the creases. You can see here, right there, there's the crease going in, and then it goes up again. Whereas if you don't push those creases down, you can just push them up again, then it's kind of flat right here. And if you push them in, it gives them an extra 3D effect. And then your model is all done. That's your star puff by Ralf Konrad. I hope you enjoyed it, and play around with it. Use the structure within other tessellations, or try different patterns, and just enjoy the concept of this miraculous structure of 6 triangle twists making a nice 3D star.